Welcome to Tales by Matt. Today, we bring you a powerful lesson about the value of time, wrapped in a compelling story that will leave you thinking. Stay with us as we explore a journey of realization and transformation. In a bustling city, there lived a young man named Ethan. He was smart, ambitious, and had big dreams. Ethan had a good job, a comfortable apartment, and a bright future ahead. But he had one major flaw. He never valued time. Hours slipped away as he scrolled through his phone, watched movies, and procrastinated on important tasks. His father often warned him, "Time is precious, Ethan. If you waste it, you'll regret it later." But Ethan dismissed these words, thinking, "I have plenty of time. I'll finish everything later." One day, his manager entrusted him with an important project, an opportunity that could earn him a promotion. Instead of working on it, Ethan kept delaying. "I'll start tomorrow," he told himself repeatedly. Days passed, and before he realized it, the deadline had arrived. He had barely completed half of the work. His manager was furious. The company lost a crucial client, and Ethan lost his job. At first, he thought losing his job was the worst thing that could happen. But soon, life became even more difficult. Without income, he couldn't afford his rent. His landlord evicted him, his friends distanced themselves, and his family was disappointed. "You wasted so much time, Ethan. Look where it has brought you," his father said. Ashamed and defeated, Ethan had no choice but to leave the city and return to his village. He hoped that the peace of the countryside would help him clear his mind. Days passed as Ethan aimlessly wandered through the village, avoiding people out of embarrassment. One evening, as the sun set, he found himself sitting under a large banyan tree, holding his head in his hands. Suddenly, a calm voice spoke. "Why do you look so troubled, young man?" Looking up, Ethan saw a monk standing before him. The monk had a kind face, simple robes, and carried a wooden staff. "I've ruined my life," Ethan admitted. "I lost my job, my home, and my respect. There's nothing left for me now." The monk sat beside him. "Tell me your story." Ethan shared everything: his wasted time, missed opportunities, and ultimate downfall. The monk listened attentively and then said, "Your story reminds me of another man who faced a similar fate. Let me tell you about him." The monk began his tale. There was once a farmer named Daniel. He was hard-working, but never respected time. Each morning, he delayed his tasks, believing he had plenty of time. During planting season, he kept putting off sowing his seeds. By the time he started, it was too late. The rains came, but his crops didn't grow properly. When harvest season arrived, Daniel's fields were empty. With no crops to sell, no food for his family, and no income, he was devastated. One evening, as he sat beneath the stars, he realized his mistake. "I lost my harvest, not because of bad luck, but because I wasted time." From that day, Daniel changed. He woke up early, worked hard, and never delayed his tasks. The next year, his fields were full of crops, and he became the most successful farmer in the village. The monk turned to Ethan. "Do you see, my child? Daniel failed because he didn't value time, but he learned from his mistake and transformed his life. You can do the same." Ethan hesitated. "But how? I've already lost so much." The monk smiled. "You haven't lost everything. You still have time. Time is like a seed. If you plant it wisely, it will grow into success. But if you waste it, your life will remain empty, just like Daniel's fields. The monk handed Ethan a small hourglass. Use this whenever you feel like wasting time. Watch the sand fall and remember, once it's gone, you can't get it back. The same is true for time. Ethan thanked the monk and returned home with the hourglass, determined to change. Every morning, he woke up early and planned his day. He completed his tasks on time and avoided distractions. Slowly, he rebuilt his life. He found small freelance jobs, worked hard, and impressed his clients. Eventually, he secured a full-time job. It wasn't easy, but he remained focused. Ethan also apologized to his family for his past mistakes. His father forgave him and said, "I'm proud of you, Ethan. You've learned the value of time." He kept the hourglass on his desk as a constant reminder. Whenever he felt lazy, he watched the sand fall and told himself, "Time is precious. I won't waste it." If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs motivation. Subscribe to Tales by Matt for more life-changing lessons.